Damn, hero. Damn. Damn. That's off the fly. This is all off the fly. This is off the cuff. He doesn't have any of this stuff written down. He is able to adapt to the situation as it presents himself because he has taken the time to study the core fundamentals and understand the nature of the whole hustle. Therefore, no matter what comes at him, he is prepared.
And he has also misrepresented what I'm attempting to find.
Yes! Yes! The hero is going to draw on exactly that counter tactic and punch him right back in the mouth.
I'm not attempting to have an evidentiary hearing at this time. I'm attempting to be informed as to the cause of the hearing.
Well, in a sense it is.
Okay, so the hero clarified what he meant. That means that guy's full of shit. And now the judge is saying, oh no, well it is. The judge just heard him clarify and then ignored that and said, no, your clarification is irrelevant. It actually is what this guy just stood up, this friend of the court that I know and you don't. And he's not a defense attorney in any part of this. And yet I'm allowing him to speak and have an opinion and help me.
You're asking for evidence that there's jurisdiction here, and you're asking me to supply it. Oh,
no, he didn't. He's asking it of the prosecutor. You're the referee. He's looking to see if you have a copy, see if he can get a copy. He's not asking you to do anything.
And I appreciate that there may be...
Objection, I have asked you to supply...
Stop. Don't interrupt me.
Don't interrupt me and point out my lies. Stop. Don't interrupt me and point out my lies. He can object and point that out anytime he wants. And you just got busted lying, and now you're just telling, oh, stop getting my lie on the transcript. This guy's a asshole, alright? He's a dumb too.
Okay. This has been, I don't know how many minutes we've been going around and around here, and this hearing, this docket is scheduled for people who...
Domestic terrorists. Can you imagine how this would go over to somebody who's completely unable to help themselves? And they're scared and frightened and the charges are a lot more serious and they're threatening them? And they're just helpless? Terrorism. If terrorists, quote-unquote terrorists, came over to this country and started throwing people in jail, they just had secret compounds on secret property and they just started snatching Americans and throwing them in jail, with no evidence of jurisdiction or no evidence whatsoever, other than it's Sharia law, it's our law, and you're guilty of it. Whoosh, off to jail you go. It would launch militias. Okay? But if judges do it, everybody remains silent, like sheep, watching the ram get butchered. Woo, this is a great country. Land of the free, home of the brave, right? Home of the brave.
Want to participate in community court. If you're not sure that you want to do so for whatever reason.
Want to participate in community court? What's that? You're making up words now. What are the rules and procedures that govern community court? You're just making it up. That was a local make-em-ups word so you can further hustle people, and you know it.
For a combination of reasons, then we can reschedule the matter for you to consider that. I'm not going to give you any more legal advice or information.
You've never given me legal advice. Why are you even saying that you've had? I'm not going to give you any more legal advice? Okay, objection, point of clarification. If you're not going to give me any more legal advice, have you already given me legal advice up to this point? You just misspoke, and you can point that out.
That I have today, if you need to talk to an attorney or talk to...
He's probably tried this tactic 10 times. If you need to talk to an attorney, he said 1,000,000 times he doesn't want one. He has no need for an attorney. It's blatantly obvious. This judge is using the word attorney, but what he really means is someone better at me who can convince you to obey. That's what he means.
Other advisors about
Advisors.
posture of this case or what you should do next. I'll allow that. We can come back in a couple of weeks. But I'm hesitant to come back in a couple of weeks and do this again.
Well, all I'm trying to do is...
The judge is like, oh, I'm hesitant to come back in a few weeks and do this again. Get my ass kicked again. Because I don't want to, have this black day hanging on my calendar like, oh shit, I got to deal with this hero again. So please tell me that you're going to have a different tactic or you're going to do a different approach because this one isn't working. Okay, can you just get an attorney? That's what this judge is doing. He's dumb and weak. I could be a better judge than this guy. I mean, if you know how to pick apart judges like this, I could get hired as a judge and be one of the best revenue collectors they'd ever seen. Never gone a day to law school. Why? Not because I'm a genius. Anybody can be the genius. It's because their corruption is so blatant, so unethical, so illogical, that it's so easy to learn and practice and get good at how to deconstruct and fight it. In a month. In a month.
Just be informed.
Yes,
I'm wondering, does
And
the
I've given
court
you really all the information I can about the posture of this case.
That's all the information I can give you about the posture. No, that's a lie. You could give me more. You're refusing to give me more. You're refusing to give me the one thing I've been asking for this entire time. A copy of the evidence of jurisdiction. You could provide that, but you can't. Why? Because it doesn't exist. So are you telling the truth when you say you can't? You could be, I guess, because it doesn't exist. Objection, point of clarification. Are you saying that you can't because it doesn't exist? Or you can't because you also don't have a copy of it? That would be a great clarifying question right there.
And you presume to be innocent. The question now is, what do we do next?
Presumed to be... Objection, point of clarification. You just, again, said I'm presumed to be innocent. I know that includes, as you said prior, that it's innocent of all the elements, and jurisdiction is one of the elements. You're refusing to hold the prosecutor to his burden of proof, and he has not submitted a copy of this jurisdiction, this necessary element, to me. Can I have a copy of that, yes or no?
can the court proceed if there is not evidence of jurisdiction?
Oh, I like that one better. I like that one better because it's shorter. Can the court proceed without evidence of jurisdiction? Does this court accept uninformed pleas?
This case can proceed. I find that there is jurisdiction.
This case can proceed. I find that there is jurisdiction. Well, that's a lie. You're basing it on an assumption, on no evidence whatsoever. And the only reason why you're getting away with it is because nobody's going to charge you with crimes and punish you and threaten you with violence. You're on a team that they're going to protect themselves. Corruption. If people can't see by now that this government is, quote-unquote government, is not a government at all. That's a bad word, by the way. Look it up. Entomology, look that up. This is a religion. And they call it a government. But it's a religion with sin and punishment and reward and obedience and a heaven and a hell and a disobedience. Threats. This is a religion. And they're taking your money.
Based on the charging instrument, that you have a right to challenge that at another proceeding.
Objection, point of clarification, are you
At another proceeding? You have the right to challenge that out of another proceeding? Let's see what the hero says. Objection, point of clarification, are you?
presuming that I'm guilty of an element of the charges?
Damn, hero. Damn. Damn. That's off the fly. This is all off the fly. This is off the cuff. He doesn't have any of this stuff written down. He is able to adapt to the situation as it presents himself because he has taken the time to study the core fundamentals and understand the nature of the whole hustle. Therefore, no matter what comes at him, he is prepared.
No, you're presumed to be not guilty.
Yeah, you presume to me not guilty. I asked about one of the elements. Hello? Again, he's ignoring that and going off on his own thing, then answering what he wished would have been asked.
And that doesn't mean that the court doesn't have jurisdiction to ultimately either have a jury or a judge decide whether all the elements that would be required under the law are established. This isn't the time for a trial.
This isn't the time for a trial. Nobody's mentioning that. I want to plead guilty as soon as I can get informed. Where's the copy of jurisdiction, please?
Objection, I'm not asking for a trial. I'm attempting to plead, I'm attempting to make an informed plea. And I'm attempting to be informed of the cause and nature of the hearing, so
Just right back to the meat and potatoes. This judge, you can't outlast my dude. You can't outlast him. You can't out-troll him. You can't out-hustle him. You can't outsmart him. You can't. Not always are you the brightest bulb in the room, and it's so blatantly obvious this is one of those times. You cannot.
do I have the right to due process?
Oh, God, there's an uppercut. Right in the stomach. You can hear him wheeze with the...
Yes, and process you are due.
And this is the process that you're due? Yes, you have a right to due process, and this is the process that you're due? You can't break up due process, fool, into the process word and a due word. Due process is a connected term, and it means a very specific thing on a document that you swore an oath to. Not that I'm claiming is great. You did. Don't be a hypocrite. Do I have a right to due process? I didn't ask. Okay, here's how this goes. Objection, point of clarification. I'm asking about, do I have the right to due process? Not, do I have the right to the process that's due here? Do I have a right to specifically due process? You got to point that out. Because that judge, that was a slick willy move, and he can't get away with it.
Been informed of what you're charged with and what your rights and options are.
Objection.
Don't object anymore.
Don't object anymore. Okay, now we're getting into don't object anymore. It would be lazy of me, it would be shirking duty of me to not clarify vagueness before answering the questions that the court is going to submit to me. May I clarify via objection, or are you going to refuse me that right as well as due process? Yes or no?
Okay, you don't need to object. You can just wait until I...
Yeah, see, that's a better one. The judge can't be like, no more objecting, no more objecting. He can though, however, say, you don't need to object, because that's an opinion instead of an order.
And you can say something, but the objection part of it is not assisting you or me.
Point of clarification. I'll just say point of clarification from now on and not say the word objection, and assume that you'll still allow me to clarify vagueness so that I don't lie to the court. I would like to understand what's being said before being forced to answer it. Thank you. Can I have a copy of the evidence of jurisdiction? Over and over and over again. You get a judge like this who's nice, hit him with it. Over and over and over and over. And go on for an hour and a half if you can. Just keep on going, laughing to yourself, having a good time. I'm kicking this judge's ass. Over and over and over. Don't get frustrated, don't get tired. Oh, you're just laughing. You are winning. Keep going. He's losing. Listen.
And so I'm going to suspend these proceedings today.
Oh, just out of the blue, you're going to suspend this proceedings, huh? Objection. Point of clarification. Earlier you said I had a right to a meaningful hearing. If no progress is made on this because the prosecutor refuses to submit evidence of jurisdiction, how can this be a meaningful hearing? Do you consider this a meaningful hearing with that in mind? Yes or no? Something like that, but shorter. That wasn't too great. Not too bad.
Schedule a date. Let's come back next week.
Oh, come back next week?
On March 29th, and that will be...
So he put him off for a whole week. Okay? He said, we're going to meet in a week again.
For either entry into community court, if that's what you choose to do, to resolve these charges, or to schedule the matter for trial.
Will I be able to be informed at that time?
I don't know that you'll get much more information than you've got today.
Will I be able to be informed at that time? Because you aren't informing me today. And the judge answered, I don't think you'll be able to get more information there today than you've gotten there then than you've gotten today.
Seek as much information as you want between now and then, but...
Is there a reason you cannot provide factual evidence of jurisdiction at this time?
Because I'm not charging you with a crime.
He just did something and attempted to be slick. I think Hero's gonna see it though. The Hero said that you're not able to provide jurisdiction, and the judge answered that as if it was literally, when he knows he meant the prosecutor. So he answered it truthfully. No, I don't have to, because I'm not the one charging with a crime. So the Heroes can hopefully turn this right on. Well, okay, I see that slick Willie, but what about the prosecutor?
Has the prosecutor submitted factual evidence?
Has the prosecutor submitted factual evidence?
I don't know. He's giving you the discovery, the information that tells you the basis for these criminal offenses, I'm told.
I'm told? How vague is that? This judge knows he looks like shit and is trying to get on the transcript that he's not the only one to blame. I was told this, therefore I went based on that information. If I was wrong, it's because somebody else told me something. That's exactly what the judge just did.